Denver Broncos Mile High View. No commercials, no bullshit. Looks like we got a win.
Hollow win.
Yeah, that's what everybody was saying on the radio. They were saying hollow wind. Hollow winds are blowing on Halloween. Hey, I heard they're going to give Justin Simmons a key to the city for just semi doing his job.
Yeah, semi doing his job. Yep, getting those 2 Hail Mary interceptions today.
Well, let's give him a game ball, huh?
Oh yeah. Oh, he actually did at the victory speech today, so he got a game ball for his excellence.
Well, of course we have to. I mean, because all we've been doing was showing like, well, what's this guy doing? So they beat a team with no name, and I was saying to you that one thing I was unhappy with our pregame is we didn't talk about Washington's offensive line, and I guess nobody knew up until kickoff that they lost their whole right side, and then they ended up losing their center. And I felt that when that happened, I felt it was going to be too much for that team to overcome. Defensively, they had a better offensive, this could have been a different game. Even against this team, it seems like some of these problems just never seem to go away. The one problems that we bring up. One thing I thought was interesting is that it didn't take long for the linebacker from the Rams to come and start directing people and kind of getting their head pulled out of their ass. I'm convinced that Cernot is just a horrible linebacker. I did see up to the second quarter, and just it's the same crap from the Cleveland game. I felt that well, I don't know. It just I'm going to let you do more of the talking. You were taking a look at our offensive line. You were showing me play after play where Reisner and Bowles are just totally overmatched almost on every snap. So I'll highlight that too in the film. But does Bowles get a game ball too in this? Is that some of the nonsense being said out there?
No, I wouldn't give Bowles a game ball. Why would I give him a game ball?
No, I said did he? Where people?
I know. I'm. If I was in charge of these, that he wouldn't even be on my team to begin with.
When you see him get schooled.
This guy's so overrated as a player. Reisner's overrated. I'm off the Reisner train. I think he's an absolute atrocious guard at his position. Yeah, those two struggled against Jonathan Allen today, who I said would be a mismatch problem.
So run down. You got your game notes handy?
Right here.
Yeah, why don't you run down those? Let's get right into the meat of it.
Okay, so I'm just going to base it off of the first half right now because we'll talk about the first half.
There was a Draymond Jones sighting. We actually saw Draymond Jones.
Yeah, that was he I'd have to say this of Draymond Jones. For all the shit I give him and for all the crap that I give him in terms of play and in terms of leverage technique, it was good to see finally that Shelby Harris took him under his wing and showed him how it's done in terms of helping him out in some of those in the sack and a half that he had.
Yeah, I actually showed you there was some push up the middle by Harris. Actual push up the middle. I had to replay it a couple times to see if I was actually seeing that
against a depleted offensive line in the no name.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be talking about this if Draymond Jones and Shelby Harris were doing this against the Steelers offensive line, the Ravens offensive line, and the Raiders offensive line, and the Browns, I wouldn't be having an issue. I'd be up here saying, okay, but he didn't. Draymond Jones and Shelby Harris, not with just those four teams. We didn't see him against the Jets, the Giants, and the Jaguars. So this is the first 7 weeks. We're going on 7 weeks here, guys. and we finally see a sighting out of
This is
Draymond.
the 8th week. Is this the 8th week?
The 8th week. My apologies. It took him to week 8 against a depleted offensive line in terms of the no-name team to actually show up and get
Is
pushed
this
up.
being discussed anywhere? Is anybody discussing that fact?
No. We have guys like Sandy Clough and the other online platforms and STR saying that, see, we told you so. Draymond Jones was going to have that breakout game, and I guarantee you, we're going to get commenters that come in and say that I told you he was going to come. His breakout game was coming out soon.
Yeah, against scrubs.
Yeah, against a backup guard.
They do know that the Redskins lost their whole right side, then they lost their center. They do know that, right?
They won't care about that.
Oh,
they don't.
Yeah. That's too funny. Okay, so go ahead with the bullet points.
Okay, so my first bullet point I have is the no-name team. The no-name team was attacking the flats early in this game, and they were attacking the middle of the field, and they were directly going at our linebackers in this game, Baron Browning, Justin Sternad, and Kenny Young, today. And I thought that was a great game plan coming out. They went away from that in the second half. I thought they should have stuck with it because they obviously weren't. The Broncos defense didn't have any answers to that. Even when they did bring Justin Simmons down in the box, that did happen today. They were still able to get those certain plays able to run on that Broncos defense.
So they kind of pulled a classic mistake a lot of teams do. They want to start doing stuff and getting away from what works. We see this.
Pulled a Shermer.
What's that?
They pulled a Shermer.
Pull a Shermer. Get away from what works. That's that's what I said about Cleveland. I said if they didn't pull those Shermers, that could have been a 30 burger right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead with your notes.
Okay, so Noah Fant is the guy I want to talk about right here because he's a bullet point of mine. I think that they're using Noah Fant they're using Fant not to his skill set. They're using him incorrectly, if that's a better term for it. He doesn't fit this system. He fits the Rich Scangarillo, Kyle Shanahan type system. He doesn't fit this system. And Shermer doesn't like to utilize his tight ends whatsoever. But with Albert O, they can utilize him correctly because, he's Albert O. He's better than Noah Fant, according to Sandy Clough. So, Noah Fant's going to be another good player that we are going to run out of here.
And he'll flourish somewhere else. I think Kenny Young will be ran out of here too and flourish somewhere else.
He's on a 1-year deal. He's not going to come back. He has that power to say no. So he can just go somewhere else.
Yeah. And did you see, speaking of going somewhere else, did you see Von Miller dancing on the sidelines, all happy?
Yeah, and why is that, Broncos country? Why is that, STR, that you refuse to say because you get your talking points from LA? Why is that?
Why is he so happy?
Yeah, why was he dancing to music, on the sideline? It's not because he's happy for his team that they're going against the Washington no-name team. We all know he's going to get traded.
Yeah, Big Al. He certainly thinks so too. As a player.
Why he was fine. Why were you keeping him out in this game? Oh, he didn't practice all week. He certainly looked fine and agile when he was on the sideline dancing and handshaking his teammates.
Yeah, he's letting the whatever team he's going to let him know I'm good. I'm good.
And he'll flourish.
Oh, of course he'll flourish, especially if he goes to the Rams. Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying go ahead with your bullet points.
Justin Simmons.
Oh, well, we're giving him all kinds of accolades. We told you Justin Simmons was so wonderful. We told you.
He's the third best safety in the NFL. We told you so. He's the next. he's the next Steve Atwater.
Wow. Yeah, you were just showing me some plays, and tell me about the plays you showed me with Justin Simmons.
Okay, so
the ones they're not talking about.
Oh yeah, the ones that they will never bring up, and they want to attack Kareem Jackson for 24/7, but they're not going to attack Justin Simmons for these certain plays. So you brought up a great point. I believe it was a week or two ago when you talked about how this guy is bring to come down to cover a halfback. And I showed you a play with Bryce Callahan, and he should have had help over the top of Callahan. And what did he do? He just went down in the box and stood there and stared at the halfback and let the guy with Bryce Callahan go over him. And I guarantee you, in any other system with Fangio in that system, that would have never happened with Adrian Amos and Eddie Jackson out there in Chicago.
Was that a touchdown?
Yes.
That was a touchdown. And that's a major failure on Simmons' part. And the fact is, just because you get some Hail Mary jump balls doesn't make you the next Atwater.
No, it doesn't make you the next Atwater. You getting exposed in the middle field, you told me about the play with Scary Terry. You know, we have Halloween tonight. Might as well bring up Scary Terry. You know,
oh, Justin Simmons was playing way off that, and it was just a nice big play.
Yeah, his responsibility was to come down and get in there and try and disrupt that pass.
Yeah.
And what did Simmons do? He didn't know what he was doing.
He's a nowhere man. He's nowhere.
Oh, but he had 2 interceptions today. That's what the commenters are going to say. He had 2 interceptions.
Yeah, some Hail Marys.
Hail Mary interceptions, right?
Yeah.
And then he's going and talking shit to the Washington football team like he's some, Mika Fitzpatrick here. Like, take it, calm down there, Justin Simmons. I just want to say this to Justin Simmons. Just because you got 2 Hail Mary interceptions and you have 3 interceptions on the year doesn't make you Mika Fitzpatrick or Steve Atwater. Okay?
Not even close.
Still going at you.
Not even close. We'll see you, I guess, with Dallas.
We'll see with Dallas. Pat Shurmur. Pat Shurmur and John Elway. I mean, you guys are very, very unethical in your play calling. You guys make no sense to me. You guys continue to bring out the 3 wide receiver set, and you guys trust Garrett Bowles and Dalton Reisner, just to bring up examples on that offensive line, to protect Teddy Bridgewater, number one, against guys like Jonathan Allen and Montez Sweat and Chase Young. And what happened today? I showed you a play with Garrett Bowles.
Oh yeah, you showed me a few.
I showed you a few plays with Garrett Bowles, and he got absolutely obliterated and got Teddy Bridgewater almost killed today. Go ahead.
Yeah, Big Al actually brought this up. He says, I don't understand this, is that, basically, if you think about the Rich Scangarella type offense seems to be the way to go, but they're just stuck into this one, bombs away. They don't have the offensive line to pull it off, not even remotely. And I think they have a death wish for Bridgewater. I honestly think, and I agree with Big Al that but that's what Elway wanted. And he's going to prove it. He's going to, we got receivers. Judy did drop a pass, but he had a nice big one. How did Judy do these days? How did Jerry Duty do?
Typical Jerry Duty. One good play, one bad play, and then non-existent.
And then non-existent.
Like just
talking about nobody's going on about Jerry Judy.
No, I thought he was going to help transform this offense.
And well, they did score 17 points, didn't they? A whole 17.
In today's NFL, against the good teams, you ain't going to be able to win 17-10. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. And this is exactly what Troy Aikman was talking about, was be sold a bill of goods. You remember that game against Kansas City? We barely scored 17 points, and yet we're still stuck in this rut where go vertical 20-plus yards, and we're just going to score 17 points a game because that's who we are. And we trust our top 5 2015 defense that we supposedly have.
Well,
right?
you've got a superstar in Simmons, so
Yeah, you got a superstar in Simmons. Yet, I have a note right here that says the football team with no name is driving on this defense, but not taking advantage of the red zone. And you told me beforehand that this team does struggle in the red zone,
yeah.
and um, they were still driving up and down the field in this game, in my personal opinion.
No, they were.
And you think? Let me ask you this: you've only watched till the second quarter. Did that look like a dominating defensive performance for you, or do you think the Broncos just got away with a bunch of breaks in this game?
I felt that. Well, this is how I felt. I felt that they're playing an offense that probably better mirrors them as a defense. Um, I don't think that we have the player personnel at all to hang with any NFL team that's worth their salt.
Yeah,
So you can celebrate how wonderful Justin Simmons is. You can celebrate that Draymond Jones got a sack finally.
and a half.
Well, and the half you mentioned that the half is almost just a gift from Harris.
Yep.
Yeah. So that wouldn't have happened without Harris. It wouldn't have happened. Um, so anyway, it's hollow. I think that's
Yeah.
what we're doing. We're trying to define what the hollow is in this hollow win.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I'm not a win's a win, but I've seen this exact game the past 5, 6 years. I've seen it. We've seen it before.
Did we see something like that with they beat Detroit or something? Everybody's all excited.
Yeah. Detroit. Okay. I said coming into the season, yeah, we're gonna look good against the Giants, the Jags, and the Jets and the Washington football team. I thought the football team, if they were healthy, would have at least put 30 points. If they were healthy offensively, I think they would have put 30 points on this team. I'm sorry, but I think it would have
Well,
happened.
I guess the Broncos did get lucky. This Bridgewater threw an absolute INT that could have turned into 7 points. I don't know.
Yeah, if that guy would have just looked to haul it in instead of looking up the score, I mean,
So I mean, yeah. So to answer your question, yeah, that there was some luck going that way. Plus, I don't think the quarterback was exactly the kind of quality that
I know.
maybe you're getting into that Zach Wilson area.
Yeah, Zach Wilson, Trevor Lawrence area.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just hollow. It was hollow.
Oh, but talking about quarterbacks, I mentioned this to you. How did Trevor Siemian look today in New Orleans?
Behind a good line, he looked actually pretty good. And then we've been
Yeah,
saying, what have we
yeah,
been saying? What have we been saying about burying quarterbacks and
yeah,
players that go other places?
yeah, right, yeah.
What quarterback did he beat today? What was that one?
Oh, the GOAT, Tom Brady.
Oh yeah, he beat Tom Brady today. Yeah, he did. He did.
Yeah. Oh no. Tom Brady lost that game. Not.
Well, throw a pick six.
Yep.
Did Simeon throw a pick six? No, he didn't.
No, not that I'm aware of.
No.
Oh, but
Just another crap player. Get rid of him.
Yep. Just another crap player. Speaking of crap players, Justin Strnad is a god awful player. I mean, I was so wrong on that pick. I thought he would be a good player. I thought he'd at least be serviceable. But
I don't think he knows what he's doing.
no, he's lost.
Here's what it could be too, is the fact that there is nobody we don't have linebackers. So how do you develop a Cernat when there's nobody to bring him under his wing? Don't do that. And we saw the guy come from the Rams. He looked like he knew more about communication than any of the Broncos did. I mean, that was weird, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, because Baron Browning had the green helmet on, and nothing against Baron Browning. He's a rookie, and I know rookies are going to struggle, and I love the pick of Baron Browning. I think he could be a good player in this league. You saw the flashes from him, but obviously he's a rookie, and you should, in my personal opinion, I think you should have gave the green dot to Kenny Young because he obviously knew what he was doing out there.
Yeah, he was directing.
Yeah, he was directing the defensive line. He was like, "Hey, Browning, go over here. Go behind me right here." Okay, blah blah blah. This, that, and the third. And I guarantee you, if this was the Pittsburgh Steelers or the Ravens today, they would have got exposed in that aspect. But the Washington football team, they were able to get away with some of those things, being late in their sets. That's another thing that they were doing wrong today because of the communication in the linebacking core. They were very late in their sets, and they weren't going to be able to get away with that against the Browns, Ravens, and Steelers and the Raiders.
Dallas, maybe.
Dallas too. I that's going to be a hard game, but I'm going to get into that in our pregame later in the week. But strictly talking about this game, I told you about the defensive line for the Redskins, but yeah, they showed up today.
Yeah, you tell that squawk box to stop squawking.
Yeah.
So it sounds like a telephone, somebody on a telephone.
Yeah.
On an intercom or something.
Sorry about that.
This is one I want to point this out. The other platforms will sit there and they'll talk about how great Simmons was and how great this player was and that player. The biggest thing I'm seeing with what's going on here is like Cernot, for instance. We don't develop players. Well, that was interesting. We don't develop players. Yeah, that was really interesting. I'll have to check that one out on the replay. Yeah. So my point is that we don't develop players. So that's the biggest problem. It's like, oh, is this player's doing? He's doing a little okay now. It's okay. We're playing a pretty shitty team, but he's doing okay. He's doing good today. But for the most part, none of these players really do anything at all. And it just seems like something Schlereth once said was called independent contractors. It looks like we have a team full of independent contractors. Remember I said that in the Rams, I said they're developing people. And when you do that, you're retaining. You got retention going on. It's more of a family kind of a feeling with the team. A team is supposed to be kind of a family thing. You feel like family. Here, it's just like everybody's like an independent contractor, and like, they're kind of on their own little thing. It's just like you said. Is this guy from the Rams going to stick around? No, he's not going to.
No.
Yeah, and to me, he seemed to be I can see where a guy like this could be a real asset here, but.
Yeah, I think he's better than Alexander Johnson and Josie Jewell, just from what I saw today.
Yeah, I mean, and he's just trying to get
something.
Yeah, and see, when you get in a situation like that, I think people think more individual, like Simmons did good, or Malik Reed did good, or they just when you get on a team, it's you gotta be everybody's got to be dialed in. Everybody's got to be dialed in, and I just don't get that with this team.
No, I don't think they're dialed in
with each other.
Well, but I don't think they're dialed in. If we're strictly talking defensively with this Broncos unit, because they're the 2015 defense, supposedly, they're not dialed in like that defense was coherently like the 2015.
Well, I would call, what I call them? I call them the 180 2015 defense. Yeah, they're the 180 2015. They're on the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah. And one thing that Fangio really predicates his defense on is communication, especially in that secondary, because he runs a lot of multiple coverages. And when you don't have the player personnel that communicate and are on the same page defensively, that defense isn't going to look the same. And you're right on the money. You're hitting the nail on the head. When the player personnel on that defensive side of the ball is so beneath the grain of what Fangio had in Chicago, it's not even funny.
I like that painting.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that painting.
Yeah. But yeah,
Did I tell you I like that painting?
yeah, you did. I just got to flip off. So
Just say I'm just joking. So, so no, anyway, so
you like painting.
did I tell you I like the painting? I just don't know what it is.
No one does.
I just want to look into it. Anyway, yeah. So tell me about your notes now. We covered the. What about the?
That painting.
Can't keep that. It's just it's calling
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Thank you for blocking that. It's just too distracting.
Yeah. Javonte Williams, talk about Javonte Williams real quick. I thought he had some good plays, but there's obviously some plays where he still tries to push it outside. That's something that he needs to work on. He needs to.
Oh, I don't think the blocking is very good for the run.
Obviously, I know that, but in terms of if there is a lane there, there's still times where he does like to push it outside, and I get that. But you know, if you want to be one of those top 5 running backs in this league, you got to trust
Patience.
Yeah, you got to preach patience in this game. You can't rush through certain lanes because those lanes are going to fill up very quick when you're facing the good teams in the National Football League. You need to trust. I hate to say it, you need to trust your blockers, but
when you can't trust them.
Yeah, when you can't trust them when they're getting your quarterback killed.
Yeah, it was pretty atrocious. The way they were getting just bent all over and schooled all over the place. We're lucky we were able to get the points we were,
I think what this game taught. This game was very sluggish to me. This game was a game where we got away with so much crap that we would have never got away with if we faced the Browns again, if we faced the Ravens or the Steelers again. Just, and that's something that we need to stress hard here is because the other online platforms and the commenters that have the feel good, hopium energy that they want to portray, and STR, yes, absolutely. They're going to be all about this win. And me and you were the watchmen out there saying, hey, these first 3 games, enjoy them, and this is a game in the road that, this is a game that the Broncos have won the past 5 years. They get beat up for 4 straight games. Oh, we have an easy game here. Yeah, we're going to beat them, And I think defensively from the Washington football team, they showed up today. The offense, in terms of player personnel and the injuries on that side of the ball, were obviously a factor in this game that
I thought that was something when they said they lost their right side and they lost the center. And I'm like, and I'll give them credit. I mean, they still. I don't know. Then again, maybe our backups are better than our starters too. It's But
I'm not even going to give them that. There's backups out there that I want to see, play more, like a Quinton Miners and a Tay Moody.
Yeah.
Guys like that. But, I want to see Javonte Williams get more carries than 8 to 9 carries a game. And Pat Shermer, the so-called innovative offensive coordinator that they're saying in the summer.
Yeah.
How is that innovative?
Yeah. What happened to all that innovation? What happened to it all?
They were pulling the guard, but that can only get you so far schematically in terms of that
actually surprised Sandy Clough that they even did that.
Yeah, but when they did do that, they weren't doing it correctly though. It worked on some plays, but the plays that they were working on in terms of the schematic pulling of the guard, in terms of the techniques and stuff like that, they got Teddy Bridgewater killed and Landon Collins. I knew it because I called it out when it was in the first half, and it was going to be a fake handoff, and they had Noah Fant and I think it was Reisner or somebody pulling this way, and Teddy Bridgewater's going this way, and there's a guy coming untouched, Landon Collins. I was like, I'm like, yeah, they're going to blitz Collins out, and what's his face? Patrick or Judy's calling him out like, hey, this guy's going to blitz. And what's his face? Bridgewater didn't see it. And I'm like, yeah, they're going to send a multi-blitz here off the edge here. And right once I saw that Noah Fant go this time, I'm like, oh my gosh, he's going to get killed. And bam, he got killed. And I'm like, stuff like that isn't going to work when you go against these better teams. And it didn't when you went against a really solid defense today.
Well, they came close to losing their victory. It could have turned into a tie. Hollow.
That's the word. Hollow.
Here's the question I have: when the rest of the division beats this team up, is there going to be an exodus of coaches going? Do you think Munchak will want to get the hell out of here? Fangio obviously will go somewhere and thrive.
You bring up a great point, because this is a point I talked to you off air about before I went on about Peyton Manning and, all that nonsense with the ownership stuff. Once a new owner comes in, and this goes to your point, all these coaches are going to be gone. A lot of these players are going to be gone. This is going to look completely different in the front office, in the scouting department, coaching, upper levels of management. It's going to look completely different coming here in the next year or two. Hopefully, if Elway doesn't get I hope he doesn't get into the door of ownership. But there's
only one way he could, and it would have to be a multi-owner kind of a situation. There's no single owner that's going to allow, and they will go to the NFL and say, I'm buying this team. I don't want any of these yo-yos. I'm buying this team. These two people aren't included.
And I think the only person that's included in that front office is George Paton. And I really want to give George Paton a chance, because I really do. People are.
Well, I mean, yeah, all the coaches and players, they'll all be included.
Well, scouting.
All the front office people, they're going to be gone. It's like, I'll have my own front office.
Yeah, and like you said, this is going to look completely different. But, I think George Paton showed me and you today. I think this was a blessing in disguise, because people aren't going to talk about this today. I think Kenny Young was a very good acquisition. And I think it was. I honestly do. I honestly think
it's almost as if it was dumb luck they got him. Out of dumb luck.
It might be dumb luck, but, Weatherly, the 91 that you saw out there, he had a good game today too.
Yeah, it sounded like Weatherly. Talk about Weatherly a little bit.
I thought he looks like an outside linebacker. And what I mean by that, he looks apart from the other offense outside linebackers. I think that Weatherly good underrated signings.
So Weatherly, Browning, and the guy from the Rams, that could be a building block.
Maybe, but do I trust? But this all goes back to Elway, though.
Yeah, of course it does. Yeah,
we have to monitor that. We just have to continue to monitor that situation. And George Paton, I believe he believes in our philosophy. I think he does understand how you need to build. He said in his presser. So I'm going to take him up on that. I'm going to hold him accountable for that. You said in your presser that everything is predicated on the offense and defensive line. When you have the opportunity, George Paton, if you ever watch this video and if you ever get this far, you need to stick by your word and start building these lines up again. I'm going to hold you to that, because that's what you said in your opening presser.
Well, he can't do anything with Elway there. I mean, that's.
But when and if he gets the opportunity, I'm gonna hold him accountable for that. I'm not gonna sit here and blow lollipops up his ass that I liked his moves recently, but I am gonna hold him accountable for building the offense and defensive lines again.
Yeah, I want to see new ownership come in, and I don't want a meddling owner. I would like to see almost like Georgia.
Yeah, a hands-off owner, please. A guy that lets the management and then do their job, and he needs to step in if and when need to, please. Don't be a Dan Snyder and Jerry Jones.
John Elway.
A John Elway, yes, absolutely. director of player personnel, the people
Al
say that.
Davis.
And I want to say this too. Okay, so before the game on Sunday, I forgot to bring this up to you. I went on that online platform that we were talking about before the video, and I went on there and said that they were talking about how, wow, man, this team isn't, they haven't looked like we predicted. I'm like, yeah, because you have talking points and you have a meddling owner in Elway. And I had a comment right after saying that the narrative that's being put out that George Payton is a puppet is false. I'm like, they've been putting out articles that he is.
Yeah, no, they are there to be Elway's bitch.
Like Cecil Lammey.
Yeah, they're all there to be Elway's bitch. That's why if you follow Elway, if you're going that route, you will always be wrong. You'll always look like an idiot, and that's what you want. And that's what they're paying you to do. Then, we've been batting 1,000 so far. Our track record speaks for itself, and the fact that we're hated even more because we have such a great track record. What did you say that they just couldn't? They were like going nuclear because they couldn't handle that. We were the ones right all along.
Yeah, they can't handle that. Me and you specifically, when it comes to and our core audience here who stuck by our side since day one. I'm not going to leave them out, or your audience or whatever.
Or
yours.
You're part of the team.
Well, when it comes to certain things, when it comes to nuclear on this team, we have to take a step back and understand that those people that have those on their online platforms, STR, they're always going to be wrong. Number one, because they're going to be like idiots. They hate us because, number one, we provide film. Those guys say they do the film and they never provide it to their audience.
Not a frame. Not a frame.
Not a frame.
So let me ask you, Cecil Lammey and then his partner there, Nick. They said that Simmons, we showed that where he's running after a halfback. Did they actually show film or did they just talk?
They just talk.
Yeah, because if you actually saw the film, you'd realize that it's horseshit.
Oh, it's absolutely horse garbage. It's horseshit, and for them and people, I know what the comments are going to be here because I know what's coming and I'm not going to respond to them. I know what's going to happen. They're going to come on here and they're going to say that Justin Simmons, I told you about Justin Simmons. I told you about Draymond Jones. That guy that banned my comments will probably come on here and say that shit. Good for you, man. You guys got what you wanted against second and third string offensive linemen. Congrats.
You got some Hail Marys. Some Hail
Mary. At the end of games, let me mind you, at the end of games, when Bryce Callahan got beat on that touchdown pass, did Justin Simmons make some spectacular play? Did he actually
nowhere? He was nowhere.
He was nowhere. Same with
nowhere, man. Yeah.
Same with Scary Terry in the middle of the field. Like, give me a break.
Playing way off. Yep.
Give me a break, people. This game, I know what it was. It was like you said, hollow win, and our point is going to be proven right probably next week and the week after, and the week after that again.
Yeah.
And Peyton Manning does not want this team. Just want to put that out there.
Because there's a
confirmed it.
Because they'll say he never confirmed it. I know they'll say that, but
of course.
Yeah. But he doesn't want the stipulation with Elway.
Who does?
No, that's why I say when an owner comes, he's going to say, "I'm not taking this truck." They're out. They're gone. They're done. The way I understand it, they are done. They fulfilled their duty. There's an owner and they're gone. They're done. It's over. Because I know that doesn't all these people say that Elway's going to somehow be an owner in this? Aren't they like putting this nonsense out?
Well, I mean, they said that just like that one commenter that you Wanu, he said that not just him, I'm not going to single out him, but the other online platforms and STR, they said that If John Elway becomes the owner of this team, he will continue to carry the tradition that Pat Bowlen brought, and that he would attract free agents to come here.
Well, I don't see that now. I don't see it now.
Their Dove Valley upper that comes from their mouth. I'm just
he can dream all he wants, but I'll tell you what, if I'm going to buy the team, you ain't going to be around. I'm going to make sure that you're not around, except for
parties.
Yeah, a handshake, a wave at the camera. Sure, that's fine. But you are no way going to be a part of my office. I mean, I'm not going to let you anywhere near my office.
Yeah, Joe Ellis, the trust, same thing.
Gone, evaporated, gone. So what happens to all these these idiots once their little sugar daddy is no more? What happens to those idiots?
Oh, they'll probably just continue to blame George Payton, saying that he's the reason why Elway left.
Yeah. I mean, but
because Payton actually had a 6-year deal, and the guy said, he's like, oh my God, he's like, oh well, Elway has 1 year left on his deal. We know he's out of here. Do you really do? Do you really know he's out of here?
Well, he's going to try not to be out of here, but I don't think he's going to have much of a choice. I don't think there's much for him. Much chance for him to get ownership.
And by this team.
Well, but the problem is they'd have to go through Elway. They obviously don't want to do that.
No, and you see that Peyton Manning. Something that they will not talk about when Peyton Manning. They had a video come on Denver Broncos, and I watched the whole Ring of Honor thing. He looked disgusted being here.
Who was that?
Peyton Manning. Why do you think that is? And then Peyton Manning says, "I came here because of John Fox." Bullshit, Peyton. Stop it. Bullshit.
Well, he didn't say John Elway.
And I thought John Fox was good.
I think that's funny. Because he didn't say John Elway, did he? I came here because listen. I came here because of John Fox. Everybody's like, Elway. He didn't say Elway, did he?
Thank God he didn't say Elway, because we know.
Of course, he's not going to say that.
I just wish he would have said Pat Bowlen. I just wish Manny would have just gave more recognition to Bowlen.
Yeah, I wish he would have too. But it is funny though. It's still almost a slap in John Elway's face though, if you think about it.
Well, let me ask you this, and we talk about coaches that we run out of town here. People have to realize that John Fox went to Chicago and helped build up that defense with Vic Fangio.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought John Fox was a really good head coach. I thought he was a Dan Reeves-esque head coach. Couldn't win the big one, but he was a damn good head coach.
Yeah.
But no, we got to go get Gary. And then Gary stayed here for 2 years and retired, and then
I'm out of here, Gary. I'm out of here.
Went to Minnesota. Yep. God, man, it's just never ends.
It will. It'll end.
Yeah, if we get the right owner.
Yeah, if you get the right owner. So I'm beat. I'm really tired today.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, Aren't you guys all excited? We won. Yeah.
Yeah. You guys are so negative. You Debbie Downers.
I'm just waiting for the next beating, I guess is all. Because I guess that even the worst abusive person has to let up sometime.
Well, I'm just gonna let you know this: the player personnel in the Dallas Cowgirls is a lot better than the no-name team. So that's just a little hint on what I think is going to happen next week.
They're playing right now, aren't they?
No, they won.
Did they?
Mari Cooper walk-off touchdown.
Who was quarterbacking?
Cooper Rush.
Now, but we're probably going to get Dak. Do you think we'll get Dak back? Yeah.
Yeah, next week, yeah.
Hey, you go. You got the Broncos. You should be able to get back out there with them.
We'll just put a whooping on their ass.
Yeah.
In Jerry's world.
go after Simmons. Remember what I said? Go after Simmons.
They might do that
Yeah.
because Justin Simmons is a all-world safety, man.
Oh, yeah, he gets jump balls and Hail Marys.
And then he runs to the sideline and says how great he is, and then Ned Donatell has to speak in his ear to tell him to calm it down because he's no Steve Atwater.
Yeah, hey, buddy, you're not Steve Atwater.
Not even close. Ned Donatell was through that era, so Justin Simmons is probably
I
a good
have
guy.
a feeling Justin Simmons is getting crap from other players around the league. With all this money, it's like, where are you?
Well, you know what's funny? So when Justin Simmons got that second interception, he let up and was going out of bounds, and then the running back just came in and knocked him out and was a late hit and was just talking so much shit. I'm like, yes.
Think maybe you could knock him completely out? We'll get ourselves a real safety.
Well, I just with the whole Justin Simmons point. Hold on, I just want to say this real quick. The whole Justin Simmons thing about how, he's probably a good man off the field, and I believe that.
Yeah, no, I
believe.
understand. This isn't about good guys. This is not a sport about good guys.
No, but when you're coming up there and acting fake and talking shit and thinking that you're some Mika Fitzpatrick and Ed Reed and Troy Polamalu and Steve Atwater, I have a problem with you because you haven't earned that title yet, buddy. You're not even going to be even close to earning that title. You know Brian Dawkins.
Well, John Elway tells him he's Brian Dawkins all the time.
Wow. Whatever John Elway says, I take seriously. like you see my face. Like I'm not Wanu and all these other people on my platforms in STR. I'm not like, yes, Elway, yes. I'm sitting here. I'm like, is he bullshitting me right now? Like, you really think I'm going to sit here and believe it? Just like with that vaccine bullshit. You really think I'm going to believe that shit? Come on now. I'm not stupid.
Exactly.
I read right through your lies, Elway. I read right through the bullshit.
All your talking points, all your...
Jones is getting double teamed on every play. Every play.
You said, though, he's being rotated a lot.
Yeah, he is. He was being... I've been noticing that the past few games. What does that say? All you Aaron Donald comparisons.
He had a sack and a half. He had a sack. 8 weeks. He had a sack and a half. Please come to our channel and tell us how wrong we were about Draymond Jones. Please do that.
And Justin Simmons.
And Justin. I can't wait till. Oh yeah, Justin.
Oh, there's gonna be people that do that crap. I know it. I'm just waiting. I'm just gonna be like, man, you guys are real. What's gonna happen next week if they don't show up? Then you guys are gonna look like real retards.
Yeah, well, the week after that,
Dragon morons. Oh man, he looked like Aaron Donald today. Did you see the swim move?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, he looked like Aaron Donald. I think Shelby Harris was closer to Aaron Donald than freaking.
Yeah.
Draymond.
Shelby Harris had push up the middle. I saw it. He had some push up the middle.
Yeah, but Draymond Jones is like trying to get off his block.
Yeah, it was like he was doing this. He was doing that with his hands. He was.
Yeah.
And that Raider, he just had just one hand. It was just one hand. It was one. It was one hand.
He was just like this. He was just standing in the stances like.
He was. Just standing. Yeah, exactly. And Draymond Jones is trying to jump. Oh, it's embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. Embarrassing.
But he's a Malik Jackson. Come on, tell us that he's a Malik Jackson. Come on, STR fans. Come on, feel gooders. Tell me that he's Malik Jackson. Tell me that he's Draymond. Tell me that he's Aaron Donald. Please tell me that.
Yeah, yeah. This one game you'll see. It's all gonna change. It's all gonna change now. Well,
you know that there's Von Miller running that disco ball, and the feel good fans are like, yeah.
You know what's yeah. You know what's funny is that though on the radio, they weren't buying it. People weren't buying it. They weren't buying the STR crap.
See what happens. I mean, there's people now starting to understand that STR is bullshit.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. You go ahead. Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
You're fine.
So I got to get some sleep. It was a heck of a day. I had a flat. I had to deal with it. I still got to deal with it. I had to scramble to work and scramble back here. Where are you at? Yeah, I got to deal with all that tomorrow. So life goes on.
Life goes on in Denver Broncos. See if Von Miller gets traded in the next 48 hours.
That's going to be interesting. That's to me, it's going to be very interesting.
And I do have a theory real quick. I don't know if this is true or not, but if the Broncos would have lost this game, I think it would be more likely. Now that they won, I don't know yet. I think it might happen, but I think if they would have lost this game in the fashion that they've lost the past 4 games.
Well, I think the deal's already been cut.
You think it's already been cut?
Yeah.
It's hard to dictate what's going on right now with Vaughn. I mean, I love Vaughn as a player. I think he's a generational type player. Derek Thomas
Vaughn
level.
said he wanted to come out and play, but it was the team that said, no, you ain't playing. You ain't playing.
Yes.
What's that?
Oh, they're trading his ass, and John was like, yeah. Which team do I see to trade him to?
I see a team. And they got a name.
Let's trade him to the Rams.
Send one of your guys over now and then send the other guy over later.
I wouldn't be shocked if it's a Leonard Floyd and a 2nd-round pick for Von Miller or a 4th. And that's Leonard Floyd was the one they were eyeing on in the offseason. So it makes a lot of sense to trade him to the Rams.
Yeah. It'd be interesting if that happens. We can say we were the first to tell people that.
Well, even if he did get traded, we're still the first person to talk about it.
Yep. Our podcast is so exciting. Aren't we so happy we got to win? Yeah.
Man, we got to win, guys. We're going to the Super Bowl.
That's what I was going to say. The very first thing, we're going to the Super Bowl. We beat the no names.
Well, was Sandy Close saying we're 10th in the AFC West, or we're 10th in the AFC?
Oh yeah, he's been tracking the playoff thing. Now let me ask you: does this in any remote universe look like a playoff team?
No. This doesn't even look like a sub 500 team.
I know we would be doing the NFL injustice by sending the Broncos to the playoffs.
Oh. There'd be
the Titans. Hey, they'll go play the Titans.
But Derrick Henry running all over us in that offensive line? Okay.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry might have a career day.
Yeah, I know. Oh, don't talk about that.
Nope.
All right. Is there anything else? Any of your bullet points or anything that you're?
No, that's basically sums up everything today. It was a pretty hollow day in terms of note taking.
Kind of our podcast right now. It's pretty hollow, I guess.
Yeah. Just like that team win today.
Yeah, we have a podcast that kind of reflects that today.
Justin Simmons doesn't feel hollow because he got 2 Hail Mary interceptions.
And talk some trash.
Yep. I'm everything that they said I was.
I still think he's getting crap from people about why the hell are you getting paid?
Yeah, who are you?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's going on. He's sure jawing it up, isn't he?
Oh yeah, John Elway's ruined Justin Simmons.
Well, he definitely got inside his head. He thinks he's Palomalo or something.
Thank you, John Clayton.
Yeah. Thank you for writing all those wonderful articles.
Best O-line in the AFC West.
Oh, man. Did you see it? Like a turnstile of defenders coming through.
You see Garrett Bowles look like Rashawn Slater out there?
Whew. Oh, yeah. Yeah, getting schooled again.
Yeah, yeah. Did you see Rashawn Slater look like a rookie Christian Darrisaw from the Vikings? Who was a top 25 pick? But too. How did Jamie Davis look today?
Off and on. Was it off and on?
Rookie.
Yeah, a little off and on.
Him and Zaven Collins would have been my top, but
Yeah,
Zaven
Davis
Collins.
he's just getting started.
Oh, I know. Zaven
They
Collins.
have more, again, I think they're developing players too in at the Redskins, at least defensively.
Oh, of course they are, because they know how to build NFL defenses. They're doing the Tampa Bay Wade Phillips model.
Yeah, they're going to have to also get on track with their offensive line.
Oh yeah, obviously, but we'll see what happens going forward.
Yeah,
because sure as hell Denver isn't even close to any of those teams on in terms of scouting wise.
I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking that Locke would probably do good there if they built up their offensive line, tight end, get their tight end room built up.
Yeah, I think
They got the defense.
I think that what's his face would look good in Pittsburgh. I think Locke would look good in Pittsburgh behind that O line.
Yeah, he would look good in Pittsburgh too.
He will look good in New Orleans. He will look good in he will look good in he would look good behind the Chargers offensive line too. So
yeah. Well, they already got their guy. Yeah, that's. If I was Locke, I'd say get me out of here, put me on a different team, and one that wants to commit, not one that is full of shit.
That's what we are, PR machine, Big Tiger.
No, well, that's where all those other platforms are going off, and so.
Off of. Don't blame Justin Simmons. Blame Kareem Jackson for everything.
Justin Simmons has, a couple of plays, and now he's like, "Why would you attack Kareem Jackson?" I don't. And I'll say that Kareem Jackson isn't exactly 100%, but he's usually, in 8 weeks, I've seen more of him by far than I ever had Justin Simmons.
Yeah. You see, okay. Let me ask you this real quick, and this is something that we haven't really brought up. Ronald Darby and Kareem Jackson are on the same side. Do you ever see them get beat over the top on that side quite frequently, or is it always on Surtain and Justin Simmons' side?
Surtain and Justin Simmons' side, yeah.
Okay. I don't know football. I just don't know it.
Yeah.
I mean, how can you not see that? You can see that in the game. Darby and Jackson aren't perfect, but I thought Darby had a good game today. He was tackling well. He kept up with his receivers. He's just getting back in the game for his second game back or third game back?
Yeah, getting off injury. Kind of like Judy's trying to get back, too.
Yeah. I thought Judy had an okay game. I thought Surtain had an okay game, but, it's just, nah. Yeah, it's okay. Like, wow, we did okay against a really bad offense.
Yeah, we did okay. That's the takeaway. We did okay.
Yeah.
That'll be the title. We did okay against the no names.
Against the no names. We did all right.
Yeah. That's what we are now.
Yep. We are a bottom 5 franchise.
Thank you, Mr. Elway.
Thank you.
May I have another?
Fuck you, Elway, for ruining Pat Bowles' legacy. Fuck you. Fucking God, man. I hate Elway. I don't hate him. I just don't like him as a GM.
So let's get a new owner. Let's just wait for that owner to come in.
All right.
Georgia. Non-meddling, hands off.
It's just okay.
Just okay. It's okay, just okay. When is it okay, just okay?
Yeah. Just hello.
Yeah, you guys are okay.
Yeah, Draymond Jones is okay.
He was okay today. He was okay. Justin Simmons, he was okay today. He was okay.
Against those Hail Marys, he was all right.
Yeah, he can snag a Hail Mary with the best of them.
Yeah, he can.
Maybe he could be a receiver for Aaron Rodgers.
Oh man,
Just
just
sit him
had
up.
up Rogers, did you?
Yeah, of course. I are the biggest name of them all.
I would Rogers. Oh man, he's not coming here. Put that to
Maybe he'll go to
bed.
New Orleans, like you said. Maybe
Or the Colts,
the Colts would be a good one too. Yeah.
or even the Steelers. He'd go to the Steelers when Roethlisberger retires.
Yeah. So if he goes somewhere else, is it all going to be George Payton's fault?
Yep.
That's why we put you there. So it'll be your fault.
Yep.
I love how the Broncos organization burns down and Elway just sits there with a cigar and just smiles while everybody gets fired, gets shipped off, and Elway just with a cigar with all his butt buddies. They just
I'm never in the wrong.
yeah. No problem here in my office. It's like I said. Yeah.
I have a majority of Bronco fans under my thumb. They do. They love me. They're all my bitch. STR's my bitch. C Salami's my bitch. Mile High Huddle's my bitch.
He's got bitches all over the place.
Yeah. He's like a pimp.
This is a very unorthodox Mile High view. It just we're
Just okay.
we're just okay today.
God, man, we're just all right. We're just okay.
All those production people over there, you keep looking over all the production people. They're all just laughing, having a good time.
Yeah,
They're drinking cocktails and wait for you to get off air.
yeah. They're waiting for me to get off air, and they're waiting to play Dungeons and Dragons with me.
Come on! You're missing.
Let's go. D Chicken Little. What's on? Let's go.
We're down in the basement.
Gosh, dang, that's funny. Ah, God, those guys are.
All right, well let's wrap it up.
All right.
This was as ho hum as the wind.
Yep. It's just okay.
It was just ducky.
All right. Well, keep the update with Von Miller and can you watch film for this week, I guess.
Yeah, watch some film. He gave me some things to look at. We'll definitely watch Be in Awe as Justin Simmons snags a Hail Mary.
We'll just be whole hum.
And give him a game ball. You're okay.
Yeah.
You're okay. Here's a game ball.
Fine, Doc. You're a TJ Ward.
No, you're better than that. You're okay.
Yeah. You're a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, just okay.
You're just okay.
Take care.
All right, you too.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.